Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm taking it old school with a cozy fall evening routine. It's been a very long time since I've shared one of these types of videos on my channel. I think it's been a couple of years now, but I love filming these, especially around this time of year, so I hope you enjoy hanging out with me this evening. Last weekend I went to Bath & Body Works and picked up this candle. It's the Balsam and Firewood scent. It smells very warm and comforting, and I really liked the clean white jar it came in. I've also been burning this pumpkin chai candle from Nest. It's the perfect combination of a sweet and spicy fragrance. This one has a great throw. I can smell it throughout the entire house when I have it burning. And I just have the candles around the centerpiece. It has little pumpkins and greenery. I found this at Home Goods, and I just put a few other pumpkins that I got from Trader Joe's around that. One of my favorite meals to make in the fall is a big pot of soup. I like to try different ingredients, but this butternut squash soup has been my go-to recently. I've made it countless times in different variations, so I thought I'd share it with you guys. I like making soup because you can prepare large batches and have plenty for leftovers throughout the week. I'll put the full recipe over on my blog. It's just shannonhsullivan.com, but I'll link it below for you guys too. But I'll share each step here with you. You can feel free to change this and adjust it as you'd like. I went ahead and chopped up an onion, the butternut squash, a few cloves of garlic, some fresh thyme, and some fresh ginger. Ginger is one of my favorite ingredients to incorporate during this season. It's really good for you. It's nice and warming, and it's full of antioxidants. I also included a couple of small apples. I usually only use one apple, but these were really small, so I used both. And I used red apples here, but if you'd like your soup to be more tangy than sweet, you could definitely use a green apple instead. So to start, I sauteed the chopped onion first with a little coconut oil over medium heat for probably around 5 minutes or so until it was translucent. Then I added in the fresh ginger and garlic and let that cook until it was fragrant, just about a minute or so. Now this is when you want to add in the rest of the spices that you use, but because I was distracted filming, I forgot and went ahead and just threw in my butternut squash and apples. Then I added the spices. But yeah, I kind of just eyeball this and use whatever spices I'm feeling at the time. And this time I used sage, I used ground cinnamon and coriander and a little cardamom. So I just stirred them in and combined everything, and then I added in my vegetable broth. And once that was done, I threw in a couple of bay leaves as well, covered it, and I brought it to a boil and reduced it and let it simmer until the vegetables became tender. And while I was waiting for that to cook, I got in some snuggle time, which turned into playtime with my dog Mickey. He loves when I get out his treats, or we call them cookies, to do tricks because he is very food motivated, so he'll pretty much do anything as long as we give him a cookie afterwards. I think his favorite trick to do is twirl, and he also loves to give me a high five. That's his favorite. Anytime I put my hand up, he immediately runs and gives me a high five, even if he's all the way across the room. Something I've also tried doing recently is reading a little bit in the evenings, even if it's just for 5 minutes. I try to get in that time. I love this book by Janine Roth. Her philosophy on food and health and just overall well-being is one I really aspire to and admire. After about 20 minutes or so, I went back into the kitchen to check on this soup. Since the veggies were cooked, I removed the bay leaves and I started ladling out the veggies to blend in my Vitamix. Now you could use an immersion blender here, but I prefer to put everything into my Vitamix, and I like to blend maybe 3/4 of the veggies. I also added in some full fat coconut milk to make it rich and creamy. Then I poured everything back into the pot, and You could be done here if you'd like to keep it vegan, but this evening I added in some shredded chicken because I had some chicken breasts in my fridge that I needed to eat, and these were already cooked and everything, so I just shredded them and put them in the soup. So I stirred in the chicken, I let it cook for another 15 to 20 minutes to let the chicken take on some flavor. But like I said, you could just be done there, or you can mix in some chickpeas or quinoa, whatever you prefer. And then right before serving, I like to throw in a couple of handfuls of baby kale to get in some greens. You could also use spinach here, but I typically choose kale in this season. This is such a delicious warming soup. In my opinion, this is the perfect fall meal. But when I serve it, I like to sprinkle on a bit of cinnamon and some flaky sea salt to garnish. You can also put red chili pepper flakes. I love putting that on mine because I really like a little heat. But yeah, I love soups because you can make them your own depending on what types of flavors you like. You can just experiment with different ingredients until you find something you enjoy. For a sweet treat later this evening, I warmed up this chocolate chip pumpkin muffin that Matt made the day before. I saved the box so that I could show you guys the brand. I love using Simple Mills mixes. They're gluten-free, they have really simple ingredients, not too much sugar, and we also added our own chocolate chips to this. This is my favorite brand. They're organic and free of a lot of allergens. I always have these on hand for chocolate cravings, and you know I had to have a cup of tea. This is my current go-to because it's nice and calming. The main ingredient is ashwagandha, which is an adaptogenic herb. It's one that I like to include in my diet frequently for its various health benefits. I had a couple new skincare products to try out this evening, so I thought that it would be fun to do a little pampering and take a bath while I use them. Erna Laszlo sent me a few products to try, and this is their popular White Marble Vitamin C Face Peel. It's a 2-step facial peel that exfoliates the skin. I like using vitamin C products because they're great for brightening and helping with sunspots and discoloration. This one actually contains lactic acid and carrot seed oil. So you apply step 1 first, which is more of a balm-like texture. It has little granules in it that exfoliate. You massage that in for a couple minutes, and then you add in a couple of drops of step 2, which is the activator. So once I blended this in for a little bit, or massaged this into my face, I rinsed it off and my skin felt so smooth, but I'll keep you guys updated on how I like it as I continue using it. On evenings when I have enough time to take a nice long bath, I like to light a few candles to help me relax, and I love using bath salts. I recently picked these up from World Market. They smell amazing, like rose and sandalwood. It's a very comforting and relaxing scent. And I also like to use a bath pillow if I'm going to be reading and relaxing. I think this was less than $10 when I got it, but I love having it. I always like to do some sort of cooling or hydrating mask after a face peel, and I recently received this sheet mask in a Credo Beauty order. It was a gift with purchase. So this was my first time trying it out, and oh my goodness, it was amazing. I'm adding it to my cart for my next order. It's called the Arctic Breeze Rescue, I believe. So it's great when your skin feels irritated or if you're experiencing any redness. I think it would be really good if you lived someplace where it's cold and maybe your skin feels really dry or chapped. It has an immediate cooling effect, so it's very soothing too. It has a blend of organic peppermint water, aloe vera, seaweed extract. It felt so nice. So I kept it on during my bath, and right before I got in, I added this bath bomb. I never use bath bombs, but I saw this at a booth at our local farmer's market, and I thought I'd give it a try. It had a really pretty golden shimmer, and it smelled kind of sweet, kind of like cranberries, but I actually don't know what the exact fragrance was. After my bath, I used my Cbd Body Oil I shared in my October favorites, but I actually combined it with my body lotion so that it would last longer. And the Cbd Body Oil is THC free, so it's not going to have any side effects or anything. It's just very calming, and it contains evening primrose oil and a lot of other lovely ingredients. So yeah, that is it for my cozy fall evening. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know some of your favorite ways to relax and unwind in the comments below. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.